remember, darling, all the while you belong to me. See the marketplace in old Algiers and send me photographs and souvenirs. But just remember, when a dream appears, you belong to me.
My name is Denise Ronan, and I was born on July 17th, 1935 in Cairo, in Egypt. And my father was Adolphe Schwal. His father came from Russia. And on my mother's side, my mother's name was Jeanette Suarez, and her parents were Joseph, that everybody called Joe, and Clotilde, who everybody called Chloe. So it was Joe and Chloe. And they raised me. They just about raised me because my parents were divorced when I was about 4. And I lived with my father, which is unusual, but in Egypt, I think the man had the privilege of keeping the child, and my father wanted to keep me. The English were in Egypt, and it at one point looked pretty sure that the English were going to take over Egypt. And so I think that that's what decided him to send me to an English school. It was a group of us that were very close friends, and we had a great time. We got mainly in trouble for things like talking or laughing or giggling in class. It was a good school. I mean, whatever I learned eventually, got me into the American University and the University of Michigan and Berkeley, so I must have had some good education there somewhere. I eventually taught for about 6 months or something. I taught at the American University. It was very dramatic leaving Egypt. It was very dramatic, closing up my house, getting rid of all my stuff, having to get rid of all my stuff. It was really difficult. It was very difficult to end the whole life and start a new life. My boss went to the University of Michigan, and I wanted to come to America very badly. And so my father said, okay, I want you to go where Chevy is, so you'll have somebody there that knows you. I went from Michigan to Berkeley, and that's where I met your father. This was such a huge university, and it so happened that even in this huge university and a huge English department, there was like over 70 teaching assistants. Dad and I were in the same office.
You're the cream in my coffee, you're the salt in my stew. You will always be my necessity, I'd be lost without you. You're the starch in my collar, you're the lace in my shoe. You will always be my necessity, I'd be lost without you. Most men tell love tales, and each phrase dovetails. You've heard each known way, this way is my own way. You're the sail of my love boat, you're the captain and crew. You will always be my necessity, I'd be lost without you.
put together, and it's a small memory book of gifts, letters, and notes and pictures from all over the world, literally. And hopefully it'll give you hours of pleasure to look over it. And there may be more contributions coming.
Thank you for supporting me in all the sports, and even though you couldn't make some of them, come to some of them, I still know that you wanted me to win and everything, And thank you, and I love you both, and I hope you like that scrapbook because I didn't do any of it. And cheers.
Cheers. Thank you all for being here and for being our friends for as many years as you all have been. And for those of you who came from a long, long way to be here. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
There are places I'll remember all my life. Though some have changed, some forever, not for better. Some have gone, and some remain. All these places have their moments. With lovers and friends, I still can recall. Some are dead, and some are living. In my life, I've loved them all. But of all these friends and lovers, there is no one compares with you. And these memories lose their meaning when I think of love as something new. Though I know I'll never lose affection for people and things that went before. I know I'll often stop and think about them. In my life, I'll love you more. In my life,